It is week of September 13th, and it's been an awesome week in all things tech and apps. So, Paul, what is happening?
So, Kate, a huge week in crypto. I'm going to talk a little bit about the merge later on. That's all about Ethereum blockchain and the huge update that happened. But first, still talking about blockchain Web3, Starbucks Odyssey. It's arrived. The loyalty program by Starbucks has been fully announced, and Starbucks has given the details about how it should work. It doesn't explain everything, but the simple way of looking at this is Starbucks is introducing a new update to their loyalty program that involves blockchain and NFTs. NFTs they're calling journey stamps. So they're shielding a lot of this tech lingo from the end users, but they're talking about building upon their loyalty program. I know now you get stars and you get your free mocha, frappuccino, no ice, whatever, with your stars every time you top that up. But they're introducing this concept of journey stamps where people can interact with the brand a little bit more. They're talking about rewarding people for playing interactive games and taking on challenges, and I quote, designed to deepen their knowledge of the Starbucks brand or coffee in general. So over to you, Kate. Are you looking forward to learning more about the Starbucks brand or coffee in general?
So, no, I don't think I need to learn more. However, I will participate for a free Starbucks. Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, as you know, and I know we both talked about this before, we love the Starbucks app, and it seems like a lot of other people love it too. Our stat of the week is 26%, and that's over a quarter of sales, of Starbucks sales in the United States, is through the app, which is it's huge. Starbucks obviously is one of the biggest brands and most successful, obviously, coffee shops or chains in the world. And for over a quarter of their sales to go through the apps is stunning. Our meme this week in the newsletter is the Trojan horse of Web3. So Starbucks taking Web3 to the masses through their really popular app and loyalty program. So Starbucks are making it happen and potentially weaving their way into the masses and allowing us all to get into this new Web3 world. Very cool.
That's so cool.
And Kate, this is not the only big thing that's happened this week. iOS 16. Tell me all about it. Yes. What are the highs?
Yeah, so Apple has released their latest version of their mobile operating system, and you can get it on your 2017 and up iPhones. And a couple of my favorite updates are the visual lookups. So there's now a tap and drag feature in photos. You can now touch a photo subject, so like your dog, and lift it away from the background and add it to apps like Messages to share it, which is super cool. It's basically a tap and hold tool that removes a photo's background. It's magic. Wow. I just learned how to do this in Photoshop, and now I can just do it in my phone.
Well, we've come a long way. I remember we didn't even have copy and paste, and now we can, automatically cut out the pictures of our friends and families and feline friends and jump them into different programs. That's amazing. That's really cool.
So cool, yeah. And there's also several updates in Maps. So you can now plan a trip. You can start to plan your trip in your computer and share it to your phone, which is really cool, less disruptive. You can also now add transit cards to your wallet. So you can replenish the card. You can also check out how much your trip is going to cost you in fare without even leaving the Map app, which is awesome. Again, I'm super impressed with how streamlined and less disruptive these updates are. It's
very cool.
Really
I think, for the longest time, I think Apple Maps was behind Google Maps. And as Google Maps seems to be more about discovery and pushing a lot of ads and making that interface and experience a little bit more complicated, silently Apple's been catching up, and to see these new changes, this is great. It's great. Most people probably just bounce straight into that Maps app, and I'm glad it's working a lot better, and I'm excited to see these new changes. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I was always a Google Maps, and now I live in Apple Maps. It's
interesting.
I have to use it.
Kate, what about the lock screen? Are you excited in any way about the lock screen? Have you taken a look at this yet on iOS 16?
So I haven't just yet. I'm waiting for my new device to get in to really take full advantage. But yeah, Paul, what are your thoughts?
Very cool. Well, I think, as you say, the new phones, the iPhone 14 Pro and I think the iPhone 14 as well, has a always on feature of the lock screen. So you can sort of glance at these widgets that are now going to appear on your lock screen. The obvious one is weather, but it could be that your train is about to arrive. You better get down there quicker. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun for people just to customize that. It is not mind blowing as they sort of like prompted it to be a little while ago. But I think people are going to enjoy it and sort of add that sort of extra personalization. So we'll be toying with that.
Yeah.
That, and as you know, my favorite feature, Dynamic Island, which only works obviously with the new iPhone Pro. So I'm excited to play around with that. It looks really cool. I love the design edge they're taking. And, all of these things are getting me excited about iOS, especially that new Photos feature that I didn't even know about.
I know, I'm so excited. So Paul, what is going on with the merge? This sounds almost ominous. What is going on?
The merge, okay, it is not a dystopian movie that's about to appear. The merge just happened. So this is Thursday. We're a couple of days after our newsletter went live on our website. And the merge happened last night, almost seamlessly, it seems like. The merge refers to this huge update to the Ethereum blockchain. So Ethereum is one of the largest blockchains. It's not just a cryptocurrency. So it is similar to Bitcoin in a way that you can buy and sell digital assets and trade it and hold it like you would possibly Bitcoin. But it also uses infrastructure for tons of applications that are built on blockchain. So Kate, we use AWS, we have done for years, and our data has been stored in AWS, and Google applications store their data on Google. Well, Ethereum is the largest blockchain that's used for application data to be stored on. So, we're talking about decentralized apps that are not reliant on these huge mammoth of companies. The data is spread out across tens, hundreds, thousands of nodes across the entire globe. So this is what decentralization means. Now, the merge, go back to the merge, what this means is this huge update has in essence cut down the energy consumption of a transaction to cut it down by 99%. So it's a tiny fraction of what would have taken to process a transaction on the blockchain. They're using a proof of stake instead of a proof of work. So that's sort of the technical jargon. But to you and I, it means it's just more environmentally friendly, and hopefully will silence some of the legitimate criticism that's been placed upon some of the blockchains in Ethereum especially. So really big day for all the developers behind Ethereum, for all of the people like us that are building on Ethereum, and an exciting update.
Awesome. Wow, that is super cool. This was a huge week for blockchain and for iOS. I'm so glad that the newsletter has helped me digest all this information. That's super cool.
That's right. And for DC Startup Week. It's been a big week over there. I've been spending most of my time bouncing between sessions and networking with DC's entrepreneurs. It's been a great week. I'm going to get back there. Awesome. So I'll catch up with you next week, Kate. I'm going to bounce out and catch the next session downtown. It's been great talking to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Paul. See you next week.
See you, Kate. Bye-bye. See ya.
Bye.